Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are you? Okay, so who don't we have here? Oh, we don't have Jackie, I don't think. Okay, and Alexa, you're gonna have to start your video. And Ari, you have to do the same. So go down, there you go. Ooh, outside, somebody's filming you. Getting your fresh air. Hi, how are you, Miss Pam?
Hi, Ms. Erner.
Hi, Ms. Erner.
You guys doing okay? Hey, welcome aboard. Okay, who are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hi, Lexi.
Hi.
And Abby. Hey, Miss Lauren, can you go see if we can find Abby? I
Yeah.
just sent her the text. How you doing over there in the Carolinas?
I'm cold. My brother stole the room because he's on another Zoom call, so I am outside in 40-degree weather.
Well, 40's not so bad. It's a little chilly.
It's cold.
It looks rainy too.
Yeah, it rained this morning.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm going to put me on as the baby. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do a few things, but I'm gonna make a couple of changes real quick. Making a couple of things happen. I'm trying to anyway. You guys see how the person changes in the middle of the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's because whoever makes a noise, their face goes in there until I make it where I am.
I have it on like a grid thing where I can see everybody the whole time.
Okay.
How do you do that?
Oh, it's like at the top corner, the top right corner.
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Looks like someone's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, so I've just changed it on mine to make me the highlighted speaker. And you guys can do that by where that grid is. You can make it the grid. If you click on it again, you can make it highlighted speaker, or you can make it. Sorry, I just received a message from Courtney Mays. And another one.
Is this for Elsevier?
Is what for Elsevier?
Like, what are we on right now?
This is Zoom. It's a meeting place. So this is basically so that I can teach you the material that you need to learn. Because everything that's in the book is not always 100% of what you need. There's always more information that I can give you that's not in the book.
Okay, I was just wondering if you were on anything like online so far on our computer or anything.
If I'm on the what?
Never mind.
It's okay. Sorry, I'm trying to do so many things right now and get everything on board. So you have bangs, Miss Sophia.
I did, yeah. That happened only the third day.
They look nice. All right, so who else are we missing? Oh, Abby's here now. Hi, Abby.
I'm in a penguin costume.
You're in a penguin costume. I can see this. All righty. And Melissa's here. Good. Melissa, I'm going to unmute you, but you're going to have to add your own video in. On the bottom left-hand side of the screen, there's a gray bar. If you click on it, the arrow up, you can start your video. Good job. Okay. So when we're all here and we're all talking at the same time, it's very difficult to hear one another, or even if one of us talks, sometimes that screen will flip. So from now on, not now, but the next time we meet, I will have you all muted. And then if I ask a question, you can unmute yourself and answer the question if I call your name. If I don't call your name, but you have a suggestion or a question or something like that, at the bottom in that gray bar, there's a reactions button. Do you all see it?
Yeah.
If you see it, I want you to click on it and put a thumbs up so that I can see the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ari? Yay, good job. And Melissa, I think you did it already.
Yeah.
And Lauren, good job. Okay. The other one, for right now, there's several that I need to add, so I'm gonna have to learn how to add those in, but there's a thumbs down for I don't understand. There's a coffee cup that I'll add for I need to go on a break. And during our 2-hour discussion, apparently I just found out that this is an A day, as I thought originally. My boss was confused. She says, I thought it was a B day, and there is some confusion all over the place. So we're not the only ones who are struggling with it. So we will have another day tomorrow. Everybody's going to get an hour each day because of the confusion. If you guys don't have anything that's conflicting, is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do here is the goal is that I can do other things like, I'm going to show you now, I'm going to do what we call a share screen. And I have the ability to put up a whiteboard, and I'll show you what that looks like. So you'll see everybody off to the side, and you're going to be able to see my whiteboard. So you're going to have to change your view, I think, to see that. Okay, so if I want to do something like I want to say, look that way, no, that way, that way. Okay, or I can format with a very wide pen and her pink. Say, woo. Oh, come on. Drawing. So I can draw and paint if I want to, but that's just one screen that I can share. Another screen that I can share, I will show you now. PowerPoint. So I'll do a PowerPoint slideshow from the beginning. Okay, so we will jump here in just a few minutes. I don't have much time to talk with you guys today because I got another test run with the orange team after you guys, but you guys can see, can you all see the PowerPoint listed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we'll go through some of these. There is one here that's target cells, that's a video. So I'm gonna stop this really quick. I have to learn how to share the video with you guys. I have it up, or I thought I had it up. anyway, I have the ability to do the video, and people can see the video, but they cannot hear the sound. So I have to learn on what to do there. Also on Blackboard, I have added some pictures that you guys can download. And this is one that's going to be for a test. Whoa. Gotta enable editing here real quick. Okay, so this guy right here is the body that we'll be using. And instead of looking at him, I'm going to end this. But you guys will all need to print at least 2 of these, one to practice on and one to take a test on. He's on Blackboard. Does everybody have access to, oh, wait, does anybody not have access to a printer? Everybody's got access. That's good. All right. So what you're going to do is we're going to draw a picture, draw inside this picture the different glands. And that's the thymus, the adrenals, that's the pancreas, and the ovaries, and down there's the testes. So we're going to draw all of those guys in at a little bit at a time, and we're going to name them. And as we go through them, you're going to memorize the actual gland, the hormones that it either secretes or controls, and you're going to memorize what their target, either target cell or target organ is. So this guy right here is going to be 1/3 of your test next week. Okay? So we're going to go starting with that in just a little bit. So I'll need you to print one of those for tomorrow's class. And then you'll print another one to practice if you like, or you can print, definitely have to have one next, I think, Monday. Okay, for your test? Did everyone have a chance to go on Blackboard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so did you see the calendar?
No.
Okay, if you haven't seen the calendar, you need to make a chance to go look at the calendar. You also have to look at the PowerPoint, the videos that are on the PowerPoint. You also want to read the chapter, because it's very, very important now that I'm not going to be able to give you enough 3 hours a day like you normally do. A lot of this material is going to be done on your own, because I know that there are other teachers and other students in some people's homes that have to share computers or internet time, etc. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what we plan on doing is we plan on having like 30 minutes of me drawing away here and talking to you guys and sharing information. Then we'll take a little break, maybe 30, 40 minutes, and then we'll take a little break. Then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more. Then I'll send you off into separate places to chat with each other. If we can't do it here, I'll have you just get off the computer for a minute, go on your phones and do a telephone conference with 2 or 3 of you and do a project. So we're going to be having projects.
Okay.
We've got to get through 17 by the end of our quarter. Okay, so we were a little behind already, and now we're even more crushed for time, but it's not hugely a detriment, because what you don't get fully this year, in your second and third year, you're going to get it again. Okay, so I don't want you to stress out about things you might miss. Also, if we don't get a whole lot of time in the classroom, we're going to not be able to do CPR, which is also fine, because every year you're going to get CPR. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions for me?
No.
No. Okay. So tomorrow when we do join back up, I'm going to have you guys all muted, and you're going to use your signs to raise your hand. The one that you see down there that's a hand clap, that's going to be a raise your hand. Then I'm going to, hopefully we'll have the thumbs down and the coffee break, and there's a couple more that we'll have in place. All right. Everyone comfortable with me starting on the lecture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've got about 25, 30 minutes before I have to jump into another class. But I'm going to do that screen share again. And I'm going to go to the PowerPoint. Okay. So we are working on the endocrine system, and we need to know the difference between endocrine and exocrine. So does anybody know the difference between endo and exo, med terminology wise? Jackie? Oh, good. Sophia?
Endo is inside and exo is outside.
Good, absolutely. And then crine means to, C-R-I-N-E. Lauren?
Doesn't it mean to excrete? Or no, it means I don't know.
You're close. Secrete. So not excrete, because excrete means to get rid of out of your body. So if it's an exocrine gland, that would be true. But if it's an endocrine gland, it would be inside, so it wouldn't be excretion, it would be secretion. Okay? So endocrine glands secrete hormones within the body. And when you say hormone, we had a medical terminology for that. Pamela, do you remember that medical term?
Not really.
Hormone, medical term. Anybody else? Jackie?
I don't know.
Doesn't it mean
Melissa?
excite?
Yes, good job, Lauren. It does mean to excite. So these are chemicals that excite other things. So when they're secreted within the body, they excite either target cells or target organs. Okay? And the bloodstream carries them if they're secreted as an endocrine gland. Okay? You'll also learn to identify where they are and what hormones they produce or control. You'll also be able to understand the mechanisms of a steroid and non-steroid hormone action. And we already know what positive and negative feedback are. Melissa, can you talk to me about positive feedback?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. Does anybody else remember?
I know one's like when you give birth, and then the other one's like when you're cold. I just don't know the difference.
Okay, so the positive feedback is giving birth, because our body it has a job to do, and it just intensifies and pushes the baby out. So that's a positive. It gives it more, okay? And then when you have a negative feedback, like when you're cold, your body has to try and warm up. So what it does, do you remember what it does, Jackie?
You get like chills and like your hair stands up.
Yes, good.
And your muscles move so you can create heat.
Shiver and create heat.
Yeah,
absolutely. Shiver. So that is a negative feedback mode. Good job. You're also going to be able to understand the importance of prostaglandins, also known as PGs. You'll be able to identify the principal functions of each of the glands that we're going to talk about. And we're going to, sorry, my Roomba's stuck and I'm not dealing with it right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. You'll be able to understand the different types of disease processes with hyposecretion of these hormones and hypersecretion. So sometimes if you have too much growth hormone, you can have gigantism. If you have too much glucagon, then you can have diabetes. If you don't have any insulin production, you'll definitely have diabetes. If you don't have enough, what's the other one for diabetes insipidus? Aldosterone. Your body can produce too much fluid, and then you can have insipidus, diabetes insipidus, which means a little bit different of a problem than true diabetes. All right. Can I go ahead and move on? Oh, what's that? Somebody moving? Somebody, you guys want to mute yourselves until I call on you? Thank you. Okay, so we already talked about endocrine and exocrine. So endocrine glands are all the glands, they're all glands. Endocrine system are all glands, but not all glands are organs. So the thyroid itself is a gland, but it's also an organ. The pituitary gland is a gland, but it's also a master gland. So they consider it an organ, okay? So there's two types, we talked about that already. The exocrine glands, those are the glands that secrete outside of the body, and you can just read right here the different kinds. So sweat, mammary glands, ceruminous. What's ceruminous? How about Camilla? You have to unmute to answer.
I don't know that one.
Okay, cerumen is earwax. Okay, so a ceruminous gland produces an oily sebum type material that's in your ears. So the earwax that you take out with your Q-tip, not supposed to do that, but we do it all. That's cerumen, excuse me. What about lacrimal, Abby?
I don't remember.
You remember the medical terminology for lacrime?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Pam, how about you? Do you know that one?
Isn't it tear?
Yes, it is. So a lacrimal duct or a lacrimal gland is tear ducts. They secrete tears, so good job. Sebaceous glands are all over our face, wherever our body makes oil. So our armpits and the back, guys get it worse than girls for the most part on the back, but that's what makes our wonderful acne. And then mucus glands are all over in our digestive system, okay? So those are all exocrine glands. They secrete something outside of the body. And then of course the endocrine, and they secrete chemicals. Okay, the chemicals are called hormones. The hormones all have different functions. Some of them function in the nervous system, and they control different body things, body processes like, you guys remember the fight or flight? Okay, fight or flight, that is epinephrine and norepinephrine. So when we have excitement, epinephrine surges up in our body and makes us excited and want to fight. And we get that sweat. And what other kinds of things happen, Sophia?
For the fight, like we get a bunch, like a shock of like adrenaline
Mm-hmm.
to give us like energy to like run or fight.
Energy, good. Anything else that you can think of? What happens to our stomach during fight or flight?
It stops digesting.
Yes, good. And what about our eyes? What happens to our eyes when we want to focus? We want to fight. We're looking for something to happen.
I don't remember.
Do they get big or do they get small?
They get bigger.
Yes, they do, because we want to have a wide you know, looking out for anything that could happen around us. Absolutely. Good job. Okay. So that's one of the hormones that can communicate and control other body aspects. The cells that they act upon are called target cells. So if the hormone only acts on a specific, a little tiny cell, then it's a target cell. But if that hormone acts on a whole organ, like the stomach or the intestinal system, those are target organs, okay? So the next page that we see here are the different hormones, and you can see the cell produces the hormone. The hormone travels through the body's or the cell's membrane and then travels to the blood and then goes from the blood to wherever it needs to go and hits the target cell or the target organ. So this is just basically, and it has to have receptor sites. Do you see on the target cell? Let me get my mouse going here. The target cells are right here. This has a receptor. So a receptor is like a door lock, okay? And the hormone itself is a key to unlock that receptor site, and it will only unlock certain doors. It won't unlock all the doors. So like the cell next to it won't have that particular door lock on it. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good job. All right. Love that penguin suit. Where'd you get it from?
I think my brother got it from Target. I'm not really sure.
Okay. It's better than wearing a nursing uniform when we're down and we need some fun. I like the April Fool's aspect of it. Okay. Now, there are some hormones that just cross through the barrier that they don't even need a receptor site. The ones that need a receptor site, they are not fat soluble, okay? In other words, they don't break down in fat. They're only water soluble. So when they cross here, they have to have a doorway. But if they're fat soluble, they do not need a doorway because all the cell membranes have made up of, remember what they're made up of, Lexi? No? How about Samantha?
No.
Say it again.
Lipids? I
Yes,
don't. Oh,
yes, good. It's a double layer of phospholipid double chains, okay? So they're connected by chains in the middle, but yes, they're fats on either side. Very good. So if they're fat soluble or lipid soluble, they can go through that membrane without any problems. Nice job. Okay, so then we're gonna move on to the next page, the next screen. This is the first video that I want you guys to watch. If I do this now, you won't be able to see it. So you guys on your own are gonna watch that. And that tells you about the different target cells. Okay, so at this point, this is the actual drawing of my little man. Can you see my man? Okay, so this man is this fella right here. And all the hormones that you need to draw and memorize are on him, okay? So I'll just run through them quickly. We're gonna go through them one by one, but don't worry about that right now. So the ones that you have to know are the hypothalamus, which is under the thalamus. We have the pituitary, and the pituitary has an anterior and a posterior, so there's two parts to him. We have a pineal gland, and he regulates our sleep cycle. We have this guy right here, and it's kind of a butterfly shape. Can you see that? The thyroid? He's a butterfly shape. Now you also see these 4 purple dots on him. He's the parathyroids, but they're not on the front as you can see in this picture. They're really on the back side of that butterfly. They're just showing you on the front so you can picture where they would be. All right, then the parathyroid, they deal with calcium levels in our blood. And who can tell me what calcium levels are important for? I'll let you just unmute yourself and tell me if you want.
Your bones?
Your bones, good. What else?
Doesn't it help like regulate like the growth of bones and like how strong they are?
Yes, the strength of bones, calcium, good job, Pam. And it was Samantha for the other one? No, who was it? I can't see everybody. Huh?
I'm pretty sure it was Sophia, wasn't it?
Sophia?
That
Probably.
answered it.
Yeah. Hey, Ari, are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's not a video of you. Is that just a background picture?
Yeah.
How come we can't see your beautiful face?
Because my hair is like halfway done and it's not finished.
Okay, just making sure. All right, so do you remember anything to do with calcium?
Hormones to regulate blood.
Hormones in the blood. Yeah, it's a regulation. Good. No, no more? What do you think it regulates?
That I like Pam said, doesn't like regulate like the bones kind of. Or
Yeah, that's one thing. But there's one more thing. The heart, believe it or not. Okay? It regulates how fast our hearts beat. All right, so enough of the calcium. We're going to move on to the thymus. The thymus here looks like a bunch of fat globs, and it really is. The fat globs here, actually, after we're done growing, because this gland, all it does is help with growth production. So when we have reached our maximum growth, it turns into fat, and the thymus is no longer there. All right, the next one here are adrenal. What does AD mean? Medical terminology. Camilla.
Isn't it I can't remember.
That's okay. Remember this? Adduct, abduct. Adduct, abduct.
To get together.
Together, okay? So adrenal is also on top of or together with
Or he's trying to get
adrenals.
together with.
What?
No, that was my sister. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So the adrenal is on top of the renals, which are the kidneys. Okay. Then we've got, and those are the guys who are involved with epinephrine and norepinephrine. The next one is the pancreatic islets, and it is pronounced islets, not islets. Okay. So pancreatic islets, and that has to do with diabetes. So insulin and glucagon, we'll learn about that in a lot more detail, Then you've got your ovaries and your testes. These are called gonads. Okay? Alrighty. So we're going to learn more about all of this in a little bit individually. Actually, I need to go take a break because I haven't had a bathroom break in a minute. So I'm going to put you on hold for just a minute. You guys may talk amongst yourselves, okay?
Hey, how's it going? Everybody's on mute. Kind of, yeah, kind of just chilling.
You need another blanket.
It's really cold.
Did your teachers want masks?
No,
Did they say yes or no?
they kind of.
Christina, I can't take you out. You guys are all still muted. I figured you'd be up talking. All right. Oh, I forgot to show you guys something. Let me get out of this for just 1 second. Down on the bottom of the screen, there's a chat. And you guys can talk to me through here, or you can talk to one another. So if you can see down next to the everyone button, you can click on everyone, or you can click on one person. And now I'm just going to talk to Abby privately. Okay. Abby sees it. You see the chat? Okay, I just told her I loved her suit. Okay, and then of course I can go back and switch to, now everyone won't see that private message, just me and Abby, okay? Now that's not the opportunity for you guys to talk bad about Mrs. Zerner, because that's not good either. Not that I think that you guys would. I like that laugh, Alexi, that's cute. Pam, your computer is a little bit high. I can't see your face. It's too beautiful. Let me see it. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Let's go back to share screen. Back to our slideshow. All right. So 2 major classes of hormones, and these hormones are non-steroid, and they're first messengers. And these are the keys for those locks that we talked about. And then there are second messengers of the steroids. And the first messenger actually triggers the second messenger to take effect on the actual target cell or target organ, okay? Again, we talked about before being soluble for water and soluble for fat. So it's important that you guys realize that. Moving on. This is the second video that I want you to take a minute and watch. It's called the second messenger system. So if you go into PowerPoint, you're gonna click on that, it'll start your video. All right, so if they're lipid soluble, we said that they could pass through all membranes because all membranes of every cell are the lipid layers. And they deliver chemical messages, and those chemical messages actually stimulate the target cell. Some are called anabolic steroid. Okay, they stimulate anabolism. Okay, anabolism simply, ana means what? Ana means without. If we said anoxia, right? Anoxia is without. Samantha, anoxia is what?
Oh, I don't know.
What's oxy? What do you know that starts with oxy?
Oxygen?
Yes, good.
Oh, without oxygen.
Without oxygen. So anoxia would be someone who doesn't have oxygen. They probably would be dead or brain dead, one of the two. All right. So anabolic means without change. Okay. So they stimulate the anabolic process. In other words, it stimulates and makes proteins that make a change in your body. All right, and here's how it works, the actual process. The first protein hormone is acting as the first messenger, delivering its message via the bloodstream to a membrane receptor in the target cell. So it has to have, if it's a protein, it is water soluble, not fat soluble. So it has to go through a channel, and that channel is here. It's also called a membrane receptor. The protein, can you see its shape like a little point here? They're trying to show you that that fits into that shape right there and unlocks this channel. The channel would then open all the way up and allow that messenger to go through. Once the messenger goes through, it will take energy and change it to the second messenger inside. It will lose its outer shell. It will lose this shell here and open up. The second messenger is inside, and then it will send a message that will activate other enzymes to do the job that creates a function within that cell. Okay? Now, this is going to make a whole lot more sense once we get to the next page, so don't fret. And it's going to make more sense after we get out here. So do you see here that we had that steroid hormone called estrogen? It broke a piece off here from the bloodstream, went through the membrane through its receptor site, okay, and then entered into the DNA, and that DNA then made a hormone change, and that hormone change now made a protein. This protein is now going to affect this whole cell. So that's how it works. Now, I don't expect you to memorize that. I just need you to know that there's two kinds of hormones. The steroid first messenger that is a key that needs a receptor, and it is water soluble. The second one, the first one is a water soluble. The second one is fat soluble. Okay, I got about 2 more minutes before we're going to be done for the day. All right. We are done. This is where I left off with the other class. So this is a worksheet. This is for you guys to work on together. You can call 2 of your friends. Please make sure that everyone has contacted Lauren, okay? I can't see you. You're going to have to unmute yourself. So this worksheet you guys can work on together or alone. It doesn't really matter, but this will be turned in tomorrow, okay? You don't have to print it. You just have to write your answers, and we'll go over those answers, okay? Yay. All right, I'm gonna switch back to here. I'm gonna switch back to stop sharing. All right. How do you guys feel? Let me unmute you all. Unmute. Boop. How do you feel?
Pretty
you like-
good.
Do you like the format?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
You're more comfortable at home. You're not in your uniforms. Yay! You don't have to have your hair.
Uniform?
You don't have to have your hair up. You are in uniform?
No, I said I kind of missed my uniform.
I appreciate that.
I do not want to go to all whites next year.
Yeah, we will be.
Uniform?
Oh,
No,
Lauren,
I
look
was
at
in
Lexi.
uniform.
I was like, I don't think Lexi's in her uniform because she's got some little straps there, don't you? Oh, no, that's a t-shirt. Okay.
For sure, yeah.
Let's see. Melissa, is it cool listening with earbuds?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes that minimizes the noise that everybody else gets. Lauren, what's your puppy's name?
This is Cooper.
Hi, Cooper.
We're both trying to stay warm. It started to rain.
Oh, yuck. Okay, so we're gonna let you off here so you can go outside. Who do you have with you, Lexi?
My mom.
Hi, Mom. Okay. Everybody else good?
Yeah. How are we
Yes.
supposed to do the worksheet?
How do you what?
How are we supposed to do the worksheet?
Just go on PowerPoint, look at the questions and answer them.
And just edit it from PowerPoint, basically?
Yeah, you don't have to edit it. You just, on a separate piece of paper, write it out.
Oh, okay.
It's for your knowledge, not for me. It's not a grade.
Okay.
Is the Zoom gonna be like an everyday thing?
No, every other day,
Okay.
except for this first week, because we just needed to get everybody online and knowing what to do.
All right.
And the goal, yeah, it's a good question, Abby. The goal will be that we're going to do a 2-hour class. You still have another hour to do work on your own. I may give you more time to work on your own. I may give you less time. I may give you project time to work together. Okay. Anybody having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? We only have 10 in our class, right?
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to take attendance, and I wanted to make sure everybody was here. All right.
I'm
Anybody else have any questions?
No, I'm good.
All right. So what's due tomorrow?
The worksheet.
Our diagram worksheet.
Yes, worksheets. Good job. And you have to have read the chapter. Do you hear me, everybody? Read it.
I've already read it.
Don't cheat. Don't cheat. And
I
just
got
think-
bored.
Good.
Started all my schoolwork early.
I know. I heard your mom said you were doing awesome. That's good. Okay. Anybody else?
Mom, stop telling my secrets.
Hey, you're not telling secrets. She's telling truths, and she's bragging on you.
This is so weird.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a good
Thank
night. I'll see you tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. So you're gonna put the same code in, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm not gonna recreate it. I'm just gonna open it up, and then you guys are just gonna join me.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.